Alright, Raptor. 416, okay. Not bad at all. So my last project for breeding right now, which is the Dinopithecus army, it's all complete to the sense that I have everything bred up stats-wise all to the max that I need. Not preferably want, but to where I got a minimum of where I need them, so that way I can get going to go take on the Gamma boss of the Dinopithecus King. Now, before I showcase everything and everything else going forward with explaining, I want to say that the Dinopithecus army, although there's going to be 20 of them and there's going to be a Gamma boss, like, I'm going to jack them up with levels and everything so that way they're stronger than what they are currently, but the problem is that while I was doing the Dinopithecus, I was also doing the Sonomicrops and then the Amagoceros. So I was doing 3 at the same time. And the Dinopithecus, I kind of left it on the back burner for a bit, mainly because of the mere fact that they were very slow to breed and then gestate as opposed to the other two, because they would drop eggs and then they could produce, or rather mate, a lot quicker. This, unfortunately, is not the case. So, while I let them all sit, I wasn't really focused. Like, keep in mind, I was doing the other two for hours and hours on end, never so often checking on the Dinopithecus. So, I wasn't necessarily giving it my full attention to be like 0 mutations on the mother, and then every so often on the male. So, mutations kind of got thrown in the middle of everything. So there would be like some in the mother when I level it up, some in the male when I level it up. So kind of got jumbled up, and thus I didn't really get great stats. I mean, I got decent, like, it's a good starting point, if you will. Like, let's say you got them caught in the wild and that's what they came out with. It's good that way. I just didn't have the patience to redo it all. Plus I knew it was only going to be for a Gamma fight. So realistically, I wasn't even going to probably struggle that hard. But I'm also going to wind up leveling them up, so there definitely will be stronger Dinopithecus in a very few short videos time. So that way when I get to the Gamma fight, we'll be all set in stone. So let me showcase. Now, I also want to say, because I bred them incorrectly and they kind of got mixed up and everything with mutations, they didn't really have too many color mutations. I mean, there were some, but there really weren't that many, so let me show you. They're all babies right now, so I gotta wait for them to grow up, and then I'm definitely gonna imprint each and every one of them just to have a little extra oomph going into the boss fights and just in general. So let me show you where we stand with our Dinopithecus. So 286 is basically the cap for levels. So you can see right here, stat wise, you're looking at 43 in health, 45 stam, 51 weight, and 45 melee. Not terrible. Again, they also do have like a pack boost. So I believe for every 4 of them or every 5, they have like their own alpha in the mix. And then they'll get stronger and do more damage and such, and probably take less damage in turn. So you got that right there. In terms of mutations, let me just show right here. It capped out at definitely well over the 2020. It's 171. So I also got to feed them real quick, but let me show you them real quick before they starve. Actually, you know what? They're going to need food right now, so let me go and get some. Alright, so now that food's been taken care of, again, now we can look at any mutations. Really not much. I mean, from the regions I saw, you got the back, the eyes, the underbelly, and then the butt. And I think one other region, but I honestly wasn't paying attention too much to really know what would be. So this is kind of what we have to work with. In terms of which one I'm going to pick, I guess it really doesn't matter. I'm just trying to see with the eyes if there's any. We got, oh my, I think those are black eyes. They might be red. Honestly, they're hard to see while they're babies. Like, you could definitely see them better when they're on a fully grown one. Like, okay, so you can see there's green right here. Or like an aqua blue, if you will. Not terrible. So yeah, black eyes, pretty intense. I'm not seeing anything. This one has Oh, purple in like the snout area. That's interesting. Yeah. I remember I had like a green fur coat on one of them, but that was like early on, and I guess it kind of lost its stat mutation, or not the mutation of the stat, but the color mutation within the breeding. So yeah, there really ain't much to work with. I don't really like the purple personally. Yeah, I guess I'll choose one towards the end, which whenever I prefer. Like, there's only really three options. You got this one right here with the green, aqua blue teal eyes, and then you have the same variant with the purple nose. Then you also have the black eyes one. That's the purple nose, by the way. That's what I meant. Then you got the black eyed one, and then black eye with purple, black eye with like the blue, I think, or not blue, but like the gray or yellow rather, and then that's pretty much it. So, not for nothing, since they are gonna be black-eyed, I kind of feel like calling this one, because it's the first one, this one might just be our main black-eyed P. Actually, let me just, so it's a little easier to see and everything. Black-eyed P. And accept. Not bad. Honestly, preferably not great, but granted, it's a it's a gamma fight, so it really won't be that difficult to beat. Plus 20 of them with decent stats that I'm going to level up into, like I said before, should not be an issue, and everything should go well. So now I just got to wait for them all to grow up. Again, I'm going to imprint each and every one of them, so that way they become a little stronger than they are at base. And then we pretty much will get into it and see how much damage they could do naturally with just what they have. And then obviously with a few levels, see how great the stats are going forward. And again, times it by 20, that's going into the gamma fight, and that'll be definitely done within a few short episodes. I probably only need a few artifacts, which for the gamma, I think are relatively easier to get. I haven't really tried any other Ks except for the one that I've done already, which I showed in a couple videos ago. But anyway, with that being said, I'll catch you in a few seconds, and we'll get going from there. Alright, so we're back. All the monkeys, or rather all the Dinopithecus, have fully grown up and are ready to go into the wild and do what they must in order to survive. So let's take a look. Now, in terms of how cosmetically they are, yep, still fully black-eyed. And you can see the spread of them, because half of them wanted to walk. Half of them were easy, they were cuddles. But half of them wanted to walk, and a couple of them wanted like special food, which luckily I had. That for whatever reason, unless they're omnivores, I figured they were carnivores, so some of them wanted armorberry, medjo berries, and then the other ones wanted like cooked prime meat, which I had a bunch of prime meat ready. So fortunately for me, was not an issue with getting that situation figured out for whatchamacallit, fully imprinting them. So let's take a look now at their stats, which I didn't pay attention to the actual base stats like on this end, so I don't really know how much of an improvement it was. Actually, I might. Hold on. I think there's still a couple of extra. Yeah, there's still some babies in here. So we can compare roughly a little over 7K goes to 9K. 44 is still 44 for Stam. Well, 4,400. Weight 700 to 848. Not like even crazy for weight, so it is what it is. Then melee 490 to 581. Not really that bad. Like, good improvements to say the least, but not really like detrimental where it's like a drastic change or anything like that. So now that we have Black-Eyed P fully grown, let's take him outside. We'll take care of all of them later. Honestly, I'll probably leave him in here so that way they can level up, or I'll put them in the cryo. Either way, doesn't really make a difference to me. As long as they get their levels somehow, that's all that matters. Now, one thing I want to see, because I wasn't able to climb a while ago. Damn, you moving. I haven't been on one in so long, it feels very good. So I'm not gammaed, right? Nope, that's just your coloring. So now that you are outside, we can get a good look at you in terms of the patterns, which, aside from the black eye, there really ain't nothing special. Like, that top part coat, I don't really know what you'd call that region. It's got a bit of a yellow, so, you know, it matches the nose at least, so there's that beauty of it. The red on the nose and the face matches the butt, so I guess that works out. And then, obviously, black eyes, which, damn, from this angle, that's a bit menacing, not gonna lie. So, yeah, let's see about climbing, because that was an issue before. Wow, you flew farther than I thought you would have. Yep, climbing is still not a thing, for whatever reason. I can kind of go sideways, but it's not working like I thought it would. But anyway, let me just see. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's like certain trees in redwoods wouldn't work and certain structures don't work. But regardless, oh, that was a bad jump. Okay, there isn't a charge, so I just gotta have momentum and then we can get over here. There we go. So, let's see, where is the nearest enemy to find out base damage? Hopefully not a mate boosted one, so that way I don't get a reduction from that. But surely there should be some dinos. I don't really want to go after the passive guys because honestly, I found that if you kill them, they get replaced with potentially like Alpha T-Rexes, and they're the ones that could destroy some stuff of mine. And I don't really want to risk losing my whole entire base of operations over taking out a little horse. So we're going to avoid that and go, I guess, in this direction and hope that I can find even a saber tooth, which I guess I gotta go a little bit out of my ways now. But in terms of speed, honestly, this thing is pretty quick. Like, I guess it's scaled similarly, not saying it's guaranteed, like I'm just inferencing here. It's kind of scaled the same as like an Amagosaurus. Like, for a big creature, that moves fast, and for Dinopithecus, medium-sized creature, it moves pretty good. Climbing. How are we with this? Unless I'm doing it wrong, it ain't working. So that's a bit unfortunate. Might as well check out this purple drop since it is here, and it is boosted. So there is that beauty if it's something good. Okay. I don't know about any Gavagers, but my gloves? Yeah, we can take that. We can definitely swap that out real quick. Matter of fact, let me do that right now. Oh, we have a Rex now, so let's go check this thing out. What was that saying? 347. Not bad. It's not taking that much damage. Again, there's no saddle here, so that's a bit unfortunate, but oh, I forgot there's right click that I could do. But 347 base damage is not a terrible thing. Now, in case you have forgotten, Dinopithecus do have special attacks. Obviously, there is the left click attack. And then there... Okay, that's a loud thunder. Alright, so we do have a left click. We have a right click, which... it does a bit of a knockback, but it also does damage. Then C, if we have... No, C, I don't know if C is the one with poop if we have. Actually, can I poop? I don't remember what button it is, but I'll figure it out later. Not like I'm doing anything, because the damage for the poop, it does torpor, and obviously if you have grenade, poop, grenade combined together, it does torpor and damage, like physical melee. So let's see if we could do this again and get a stat read. So 347. Hey, that's the thing. I gotta like back it up in order to see the knockback. 311, 290. It seems to be doing less and less. I don't know if that's a thing normally or if that's like something else. Let's try this other Carno, because I want to see why we were doing less and less. Oh, we got a headshot there. So why was it I don't get it. Like, the right click just seems to get canceled out every time they hit you, which is like the dumbest of reasons for it being. Ooh. There we go. We got a poop. So this will do torpor. Now we load that up. And then is it right? No. Is it C? No. Oh, X. Okay. So you hold X and then you just fire. Like that. Doesn't really do much. Oh, it slows them down. So at least now I can do this. Alright. If you time it right, you could probably get your right clicks in. But ultimately, it's nothing crazy. Like, it's great damage. Like, especially when you're going after big creatures, if you can manage to hit them, you're gonna do some good damage regardless. But in terms of just normal combat, if you're really doing much of anything like that, left click seems to do fine. Like, if you're even lucky to time it right with a poop or some kind of projectile to slow them down, then you could really do some damage with the whatchamacallit, the right click, because then you could not have to worry about them hitting you, because you could just keep hitting them, they'll get knocked back, and you don't have to worry about them canceling your attack by hitting you. So there is that. Now let's see leveling up. So we go from 8,900 health to 98, so you get about 1,000. That's pretty good. Stam 44 to 48, so about 40, I think, or 400 rather. Not terrible. Weight 848, 882. That you get 40. Not like I'm gonna be really doing much of stam and weight. And then 581 to 604. Pretty good. Now let's see it at 700%. Is there anybody? There you are. Let's see. So we go X. I want to chuck this at you so I could do this. 222. So it is ramping up. Alright, there is that. We got some poop back. Do you get poop back, or do they just happen to poop when you throw the poop grenade thing at them? Kind of curious, because then you could get away with doing this a lot. I want to see left click, though. If there's anybody at all. Alright, Raptor. 416. Okay. Not bad at all. So I guess if you just spam your right click enough, some of them will go through. But other than that, I mean, that's really it. So in terms of boss fight, this is my goal in mind. To have at least 25k in health. And the rest in melee. Actually, maybe safer to go with 30k. 30k in health, and then the rest in melee. Weight and stam, not going to have to worry about that, because that's a lot right there. So, that's really the goal for this, to get in the very short future. Or rather, the short time. I don't even... What? To get done for the future. And let me get some poop. And we can properly... Oh, well... I didn't mean to do that. Oh, they do some poop when you... I mean, I know Fiomis poop a lot, but... Surely... It's not a fear... Unless it is like a Eutranus fear attack thing. Why the hell are you Arthos here? I'm not liking this, but... We can definitely kill this thing before it shoots. Alright, we dodged that, luckily. Wow. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, so definitely those are where I'm looking at stats. If I'm going to do this soon. Hopefully within the next few episodes, I want to say. Something of that regard. But that's going to definitely do it for today's episode. If you did enjoy, make sure you hit the like button down below. As well as subscribe to the channel if you're coming back here regularly. And you want to see the new content that I have going out very soon. Not only for this series, but others as well. I also think you probably noticed by now, but resolution and frame rate... you can kind of climb... You can't go up. That's the only thing. You can climb down. sideways, kind of, and then it kind of kicks you, but it gets the job done. So, with that being said, definitely getting the boss fight soon. So now that we got this guy, I really was saving up the artifact caves because I figured they're going to be smaller, where I need a medium-sized dino, and I figured this would be the perfect one to use because it's pretty strong, it's agile, could climb, not great climb, but it could, like, stay above certain creatures. Why is there a freaking wyvern over here? And that's another thing. I need wyverns. So I got a few things lined up. So with that being said, hope you have a great rest of your day and take care.